Pleasant day to each and everyone. I'm Xyza Varnas, and for today's session, I'm going to discuss the lesson 2, critical thinking, collaboration, and the writing process. In this lesson, we will going to encounter the following topics including writing as a process, the pre-writing stage of the writing process, and the writing stage of the writing process. Before we go further, let us begin first on what is writing. According to EnglishClub.com, writing is the process of using symbols, letters of the alphabet, punctuation, and spaces to communicate thoughts and ideas in readable form. So, basically, writing is associated and consists of letters of the alphabet, punctuation marks such as full stop or period, comma, question mark, exclamation, and etc and species. There is also a better and most efficacious way to communicating thoughts, ideas, or even feelings in a readable structure or formation. According to an educator and journalist named Donald M. Murray of 1992, he proposed that educators should teach writing as a process, not a product, because many students think of writing as a matter of placing words upon paper, but Murray found they differ or diverge. He proposed that writing consists of more than just drafting a paper, but rather as a three stages that Murray calls the pre-writing stage, writing, and the rewriting stage. According to Olson of 1999, he agreed to the idea of Murray that his conception of writing as a process has very important implications, that writing is first and foremost a social activity, that the act of writing can be means of learning and discovery. This was according to Olson of 1999. Olson of 1999 was trying to tell us that when students learn writing as a process, they are more involved in the process of learning about the subject, other people's ideas, and their own writing. While working on the latter of the closing part of their essay or their writing, they become aware that they are actually collaborating on the construction of new ideas and knowledge that is part of ongoing scholarly or professional and educated conversation. Now that you already know that writing must be a process, this next topic were one of the sad process, the pre-writing stage of the writing process. The pre-writing stage of the writing process has the following components including choosing a topic and limiting it, asking research questions and establishing the significance of one's research, composing a thesis statement, preparing a writing outline, and doing research and also finding credible sources. The free-writing stage was defined as everything that takes place before the first draft. This was according to Marie of 1972. So, before you write your entire essay, you must undergo or you consider first the pre-writing stage in order to become aware, prepared, and knowledgeable about your chosen topic. So, before you choose your topic in a documented essay, you must consider first doing brainstorming, exercises, and preliminary research to select or before you choose a topic. Brainstorming is the process in which you list as many ideas as you can, and you think or undergo critical thinking without censoring or examining and questioning those ideas because you are still on the free writing stage and you keep seeking for ideas in order to construct a more efficient topic, and you need to conduct a preliminary research as well. This is to prove the truthfulness of the ideas, the other evidence, feelings, gaps in knowledge, and answer things that are unusual. Once a topic has been chosen, this should be limited based on the type of writing output required. It means when you are going to choose a topic, it should be specific, not general, because if you are specific in choosing a topic, you are focused on a more specific area of study. This is also to avoid burden on your part as a writer and to lessen the size of things you have to tackle, as well as to avoid bewilderment and uncertainty on your audience. For example, a general topic would be like this: the thingy system, but if you are an efficient writer, your topic must not be in general but in a more specific topic. It would be like this: The cultural significance of the tingi-tingi system in the 21st century. Now that you are ready, choose a specific topic to be discussed in your documented essay. The next helpful stage is to barrage this specific topic with questions to come up with essays, main research questions. So in this part of a pre-writing stage, we're going to ask a lot of questions to you or our specific topic to find out our main research questions. Asking questions such as what, who, when, and where will be more helpful in figuring out the background of your study. For example, what does the tingi-tingi system mean? What is the nature of tingi-tingi system? Who exactly practices this? When did this practice begin? Where is this practice? In what context? As you observe, the four W's will be helpful in finding or figuring out the background of your study or your topic, and this will be more helpful constructing your main research questions. Questions that ask how and why are more likely to invite a deeper research and lead to more interesting answers. For example, why is tingi-tingi system a prevalent practice in the Philippines? How did it develop? How was it practiced in the past? How it practiced today? As you observe, these questions will enable the writer to think outside the box and conduct a more deeper research to help figure out the main research question. The case if you already got the answers to this question, the last and tougher question will be the so what question. By asking this so what question, defining your main research question would be quite easy. What makes my research socially or culturally significant? Based on the so what question, we are looking for the significance of your study or your research culturally or socially, so your main research question would be like this. Why is the continued use of the tingi-tingi system in 21st century Philippines significant? The reason why we get our main research question is for us to compose our thesis statement. It is vital for the next step. The thesis statement is the explicit statement of what will be the paper's central ideas, point, or argument. That is the main assertion that will be supported by the entire essay. It means, kaya tayo gagawa ng thesis statement dahil dito lang iikot ang entire essay mo. There is also essentially the tentative answer to the research question. So, basically, thesis statement is one of the important or significant step in free writing stage because it expresses the purpose or main point of your essay. Before we can make or produce our thesis statement, we should put first our research question. Research question. Why is the continued use of the tingi-tingi system in 21st century Philippines significant? So your thesis statement will serve as the tentative answer to your research question. It should be like this. Thesis statement. The continued use of the tingi-tingi system in 21st century Philippines reflect a lack of change in the economic situation of the Philippines, as those from the many poorer sectors of society are forced due to lack of available funds to both buy small and think in the short term. So according to Kim and Michael Bachman of 2011, the thesis statement is contract between the writer and her readers. It means the thesis statement will serve as the agreement between the writer and his or her reader. A writer must deliver on the promise made by the thesis statement. It means kung ano yung nasa thesis statement mo, basically, dun ka magpo-focus for your essay. And it will assert one central point, and that's this will be focused and supported by every paragraph in the essay. Moreover, as a writer, dapat yung thesis statement mo is makikita o mababasa ng iyong readers sa simula pa lang ng iyong essay. Specifically, introductory paragraph, so what your reader will know at the outset what you expect or on your paper. After you compose your thesis statement, it is very helpful for you to prepare a writing outline for any type of essay and particularly for an academic documented one. An outline consists of three main sections: the introduction, the development, and the conclusion. For example, the introduction typically consists of an interesting opening to draw the reader into the subject, background information on the topic, and a statement of the paper thesis. Optional components are the paper objectives and its plan of development, which is an explanation of how the main idea will be developed, because this will make the body or this will make up the or largest part of the essay. The next section, called the development, should be more detailed and specific. The subheadings in this section should consist of three or more subtopics that acts as supporting points for the essay's central idea. Each of these supporting points may have supporting details listed under them. The final section of the paper and outline is the conclusion. This typically consists of a wrap-up or summary of the essay's main point and a final point, a prediction or recommendation, a reiteration of the main idea, and or a final insight. Writing is not only a social activity, but a collaborative one. Writing an academic essay means adding one's voice to the conversation of other writers and scholars. To do this, a writer needs to familiarize himself or herself with this conversation. In other words, a writer must first do research and gather information from a wide variety of sources available. The importance of our conducting research, the finding credible sources, is to avoid the readers in questioning the validity of your arguments and your paper. Supplementary research is also important in filling gaps on your research, as well as to add more support in your essay. Some examples of credible sources that will help you in seeking knowledge, including the library and the internet. But it's important to remember that the internet, while a very helpful resource, is a public venue or forum where any person, professional or non-professional, may make a claim or assertion. It means anyone may represent opinion and falsification as news, facts, or truth, so we should utilize only the truthworthy sources. Finally, this is writing or the act of redacting a first draft, which Donald Murray of 1972 says is the fastest part of the writing process, taking up as little as 1% of the writer's time. That is because if the essay is well planned, drafting will not be difficult. Moreover, the product of drafting is only an initial draft. According to educators Mary Sweden and Wanda Lenkalen of 1989, writing or drafting is like making a sketch for painting. The painter doesn't worry about getting all the lines perfect the first time. Similarly, the writer does not expect to get all the words and information right in the first draft. The free writing stage involves researching, retaking, redesigning, rewriting, and finally line-by-line editing. The demanding and satisfying process of making every word right. This was according to Marie of 1972. So in this stage, the writer reviews his or her paper to see how it may be improved or look more satisfactory. In many writing classes, the writing stage becomes collaborative, not just when the instructor gives the student writer feedback, but also when students read one another essays and comment on this is a workshop or free review session. It is a deal to get concrete feedback from more than one reader or aspects of your essay's content, grammar, mechanics, documentation, and style so that later drafts benefit from readers' suggestions. As conclusion, I know that various students, including myself, can take writing as a process, but what we do is we simply put word and submit it to our instructors. Yes, we definitely did that, but if you want to become a better writer someday, following every stage of this writing process would not be difficult for you, and you think it is more entertaining to do. And that's all. Thanks for watching.